What up, fam? It's your boy, Slenderboy 2024, streaming to you live. Coming at you with a surprise movie review. Yeah, I am still working on something else. I'm still working on my my next Netflix show review. That's close to completion. That's in the works. But so stay tuned for that. That's coming very soon. But like, I just watched this movie and I had such a visceral reaction. I had to kind of get my thoughts out there. I had to get my like opinion out there. So I'm filming a dumpster. The flies are buzzing. The bumblebees are out. The smell is terrible. I'm filming a dumpster because I just saw a movie. Unfortunately, I watched it digitally. I wish I had like a DVD. I love physical media because it's like, if you don't like something, you know, you can just chuck it right. You know, I could chuck the DVD right in that dumpster because that's what I want to do right now, but I can't. But yeah, I watched a movie, okay? So long story short, and yes, no, I'm not reviewing the Minecraft movie again. I just, and people in the comments are like, oh, you just walk around with pictures of Emma Myers in your pocket? I'm not answering that question, but no. There's a reason I have this, but yeah, the Minecraft movie is probably the biggest movie this year. It completely blew up. Director Jared Hess, he has made several other movies, including Nacho Libre with Jack Black. Oh, Jack Black. But people were saying like, oh, well, you know, if you like Minecraft so much, you should watch Jared Hess's first movie, Napoleon Dynamite. And I was like, oh, yeah, the 2004 cult classic hit, Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Believe it or not, I just haven't seen that up until now. So I was like, okay, that might be fun. And in fact, there is a reference to that movie in Minecraft where Natalie, Emma Myers' character, she makes her brother this like delicious like looking tater tot breakfast pizza for him. And the whole tater tot thing, that's like a running thing in this movie. Like Jason Momoa wants the kids tater tots or whatever. It's a whole thing. But yeah, that's a reference apparently to Napoleon Dynamite, because in that movie, in the intro sequence, the tater tots are featured heavily, basically, in the movie. I'm gonna get moving because the smell is getting to me, and the bees are attacking me. No, not the bees, the bees. Oh, the bees. They're there too. The Minecraft bees. They're attacking me. No, I'm not dissing Minecraft. Minecraft bees, leave me alone. I'm not dissing the Minecraft movie. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's funny because like I remember, like you must remember, back in 2004, that movie, it was everywhere. Napoleon Dynamite was everywhere. Like everyone was talking about it. It was kind of the Barbenheimer of that year, or a better like another example from that, like close to that time period. So like a little bit later, let's say 2007, 2006, 2007, or whatever. There's the movie Borat, if you remember that. I love Borat. I love that movie. And I remember that movie was everywhere. Like, everyone was quoting that movie all the time, always. That movie was everywhere. You couldn't escape the Borat impressions. And I myself was very guilty. Like, very nice, my wife, squeeze a vagina. But, like, I get it. Like, comedy is subjective, different strokes for different folks. Not everyone liked that movie. And, like, there are some people who got turned off by the fans, the constant impressions, the constant Borat voice. You know, if you don't like that voice, like again, if you don't like that bit that Sacha Baron Cohen's doing, like you're not gonna like the movie. And it's the same thing with Napoleon Dynamite. If you don't like that bit, if you don't like the thing that he's doing, that's the movie, bro. So that's ooh, the shade feels nice. Yeah, I had a friend, like I have friends that like Borat, for example, but I also have friends that hate that movie because of the impressions and everything. And I still remember when Borat 2 came out. My one friend, he was like, oh my god, like the Borat impressions, they're back. Like I thought I'd never have to fucking hear that voice again. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. So I even though I like Borat, I get it. I get why people don't like it. And I'm one of those people for Napoleon Dynamite where he's just doing this bit the whole movie where he's like, you know, he's doing the face, he's like sticking out his teeth and squinting his eyes, and he's just like, nobody gets me, mom, like, gosh, like, and then he'll like kind of turn and run awkwardly. And I guess it's funny because it's funny because of how awkward he is or whatever. Like I don't know, like people are saying like, oh well, you know, if you like Jared Hess's movies, like, you know, like people are saying about Minecraft, oh, this has like the Jared Hess style or the Jared Hess like comedy or touch or whatever, you know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I still have to watch Nacho Libre. I'm very afraid. I've heard bad things about that one too. But to me, there's like two Jared Hesses, because there's the Jared Hess who made Gentlemen Broncos. That's a movie I like barely was able to finish. That was very much more in line with Napoleon Dynamite. It was just very dry. There was like no humor or anything. It was just really like quirky for the sake of quirky. and weird for the sake of weird. And that's very much how I felt about this movie. And then you know, then you also have the Minecraft movie, which I thought was much more crowd pleasing, much more, you know, much more comedy. Like, you know, there's like a difference where it's like sometimes you'll watch a movie and like there's a joke that doesn't quite land, but like even if you didn't laugh, you're like, okay, like that was like, I get the joke, like I recognize that there was a joke. You know what I mean? But like this, and same thing with Gentleman Broncos, like this, I never knew when I was supposed to be laughing. Like I never knew like what was the joke, or is there a joke, or what's going on? What is this movie? What is this movie? This movie was torture. This movie was torture. Like I wanted to leave. Like I know I didn't see it in the theater. I saw it in my house. And like I like got up. I was like, I have to go outside. It's a nice day. I have to like stretch my legs for a minute. I have to go out. I left my house. I wanted to leave. I mean, it's a movie that like has no plot, and that's fine, especially if it's a comedy. Like there's plenty of movies that I've seen that I've liked that have no plot per se. But if that's what you're doing, like even Minecraft, you know, as light on story as it was, there was a plot, there was a conflict. You know what I mean? Like and this benefited greatly from the star power of Jack Black, Jason Momoa, and to a lesser degree Emma Myers. This had nothing. This had absolutely no actors I recognized. I don't know the actor who played Napoleon Dynamite. I hope I never see him again. I don't think anyone was good in this movie, or funny, or sympathetic, or anything really. Like again, if you don't have a story, then you're going to rely on, I guess, you know, like either the characters or the humor, like the jokes. And there were no jokes, and the characters sucked, and it was just boring and awkward and weird for the sake of weird. Like I don't know. Again, everyone's free to have their own opinion. If you like the movie, that's fine. I honestly, I'd like to have a conversation with the fans, because I know there are fans. Like I remember in like this would have been 2004. I think I was in middle school at the time actually, but like either or, middle high school, everyone wouldn't shut up about this movie. Like I would go down the halls, hear people quoting it all the time. And I don't get it. Like, I don't get why this movie blew up the way that it did. And it's like, I don't know. And I think part of the reason why I avoided it for so long is it was kind of that Borat effect, or like with anything, whatever you want to call me, like a hipster, or like someone who doesn't like to, you know, I like to go against the grain a little bit. If you hype something up too much, or if people tell me to watch something like too much, like that's what happened with Game of Thrones. Like everyone was telling me, oh, you have to watch it, you have to watch it, you have to watch it. And it's like I just didn't want to. I like already didn't have a lot of interest to begin with. But I'd be like walking down the street and like everyone's telling me to watch it. Like this woman is pushing a stroller, and she's like telling me to watch Game of Thrones, and then the baby pops out with a little rattle. He's like, yeah, watch Game of Thrones, yeah, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to watch it. Like I'm sorry, and so I just didn't watch it. And that's kind of how Napoleon Dynamite was. Like, all my friends watched it. They said it was the funniest thing they'd ever seen in their lives, and they were quoting it all the time. And I'm just like, I had no interest. I didn't like it. I didn't want to watch it. And I didn't for so long. And like now I finally am. And I still, I mean, I kind of wish I did watch it back in the day, because I feel like there's definitely movies that don't age very well, and this is one of them. I feel like this was a product of its time. You had to watch this movie in 2004 or maybe 2005, and it was okay. And then right afterwards, it's like, nope, just don't even go back. Just forget about it. And I have a very strong suspicion that Nacho Libre is the same way. I have a very strong feeling that like that movie aged like curdled milk, like, because the early 2000s were a very different time. And we'll get into that. There's some very interesting choices in humor that would probably not fly today. But yeah, so what's this all about? What's this story about? So Napoleon Dynamite is a high school student, and that's the first joke in the movie. So I don't know if this is a joke, supposed to be like a joke or not, but it's like there's definitely like plenty of movies and shows where like they hire actors who are older than the characters they're supposed to be playing. Like you've seen TV shows where the kids are supposed to be in high school, but they look like they're about to start college or in college, or you know. But like yeah, like Napoleon Dynamite is played by a guy, and I had to Google him. So he was 30 years old at the time of the making of that movie. And he was supposed to be playing a 17-year-old, and there's not even like there's people that sure that like are like short in stature and have young faces, that's not the case with this actor. You could not for a second mistake him for being a high school student, and he was a good foot taller than all the other kids in the school. So like he always stood out. Like he always, like, not even for a second did that work. And then his friend Pedro, he definitely looked like he was 40 or so. Like, he didn't look like a high school student either. Nobody did really. And again, I don't know if that was like intentional. Like, was that the joke? Because it wasn't really funny. It was just kind of awkward because you see this obviously 30-year-old man kind of hitting on high school girls, and then you have to remind yourself, oh no, he's supposed to be their age, ha ha ha, and there's like a line about like Napoleon's like, oh Pedro, you grew a mustache. I'm like, yeah, because he's like 35. Like it wasn't that hard for him, It's real easy when you're two full-grown adults in a high school. Like, of course, you guys are the ones that grow facial hair first, Yeah, everyone. Yeah, let's just get into this. Everyone not everyone, but all of the male characters are really, how do I put this? Like there's the endearing kind of awkward that you'll see some nerd characters have in movies and stuff, but then there's like, sometimes people are just awkward, like creepy awkward, and you just get a bad vibe. And it was like, that was like, for me, I hated, like I already said, I hated this movie, mainly because I hated all the characters, and there was no story, and I didn't really recognize any jokes, so it's like, yeah, I just hated everything. The cinematography, yeah, like the set design, the color scheme, yeah, the cinematography, the camera work was very solid. The color, what's the word? Like the colorist, not colorist, but like I don't know, the person who worked on like the color of the film, like that was very good. It reminded me a lot of like a Wes Anderson film. So like if that's what they were going for, like a movie that's like a kind of like an art house, like an indie art house Wes Anderson type of movie like Rushmore, fine, like visually fine, it's fine, but this director is not Wes Anderson, and even Wes Anderson movies, I would argue, have a lot more humor to them, and this did not. This didn't have anything really going for it. It just had really creepy vibes, like really awkward, weird, creepy vibes with these much older men that, like, everyone gives like a pedo vibe. I'm sorry, Pedro has the pedo stash. Napoleon doesn't have the stash, but he's like a 30-year-old hitting on high school girls. Okay, so we're at Napoleon's house, and I don't understand his like living situation, because he lives with his grandmother. The parents are never talked about, and he lives with this other guy named Kip. And I don't know what Kip is. Kip's also like really old. He's like, and there's even like a line where he's like 34 or something. And Kip has like a weird pedo mustache. And Kip is, I guess, Napoleon's older brother or something. Because he needs to be watched too. Because when the grandmother leaves, Uncle Rico comes in to take care of both of them. So I guess Kip is supposed to be a kid too, kind of, or at least someone that like needs to be watched. He's not like considered an adult, even though, yeah, he looks like 35, 40-ish as well, and he has like the really creepy pedo stash vibes going. Everyone, and then there's Uncle Rico, and Uncle Rico is a real creep too. He's really creepy. Like I don't know if you were supposed to like him, but I certainly didn't. Uncle Rico comes in to take care of the boys because, long story short, their grandmother is in this like terrible accident. She's like racing her little ATV in the desert, and it crashes, and she like breaks her back or something, and she's just hospitalized for a while, and so Uncle Rico has to come in and take care of them. You think this would be like a huge part of the movie, right? Because like the grandmother is basically like their mother figure. You think that would be like a huge part of the movie? Like they never even visit her in the hospital. Like it's just like a quick little, oh yeah, she like crashed her whatever dune buggy and she's in the hospital. Oh, and they don't seem very bothered by it. They don't like rush to the hospital to check on grandma. It's just kind of like not really talked about again. And it's like, okay, is that supposed to be the joke? Is that funny? Is that the joke that they don't care? Like I don't, what? Like I also have to point out, like, so one thing, I was reading comments on Reddit and stuff, and people were saying that like they like the movie because of how realistic it is, and they like how authentic it feels, and they like that the director Jared Hess, he said that he based the entire film on his real life high school experiences. Oh, it feels good to laugh. It feels good to hear like a really solid joke. Like I finally got like a good belly laugh going, because there weren't any real jokes in the movie. That's the best joke in the movie. It's not even in the movie, but like that's outside of the movie. I don't think he was supposed to be joking though, because fans point to that as like a positive, that like no, this is like his real high school experiences, and like that's why we like it, because it feels so real as opposed to other high school movies. Okay, so about that. So this is like a real movie, right? An authentic movie, a real movie about like real high school experiences. Is that why Napoleon? Is that why Napoleon has a pet llama that he feeds in his backyard? Is that why there's a fucking scene with a time machine? Is that why there's a scene where his grandmother rides a dune buggy in the desert and crashes and breaks her back? Is that what happened? That's what happened to you in high school, Jared Hess? Is that why there's a scene where Napoleon goes to the Goodwill and he finds Raphael's like sai, and he like buys it and just goes around like stabbing the air with it? Is that what you did? That's what you did in high school? That was a real memory, huh? That was real, huh? Like authentic, huh? Yeah, okay. I can't tell. I really want to talk to Napoleon Dynamite fans, because I can't tell. Is this all irony? Is this like an ironic fan base? In the same way, like I love The Room. You know what I mean? Like I love Tommy Wiseau's The Room. Like I think that movie's so fucking funny, and it's ridiculous, and I love it. But like I don't think it's a good movie. Like I love it because it's so bad. But this isn't even like a movie that's so bad it's good. Like it's not even funny. Ironically, there are no jokes. It's just boring and dry and deadpan. Deadpan. That's the word I was looking for. Deadpan. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, and I hate that defense of like people bring that up with like art. I guess this is technically an art house movie because I saw the Fox, Searchlight Pictures logo at the start. This is technically like a Wes Anderson type of dramedy or what, indie drama. You just don't get it. You just don't get why it's so good. It's so authentic and real and true to life. You just don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah, you're right. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, bro, if you like this movie, you can have it. You can have it. I just want to know why it became such a classic cult hit. Like, I don't get it. I truly don't. And like, again, certain parts have just not aged well. Like, there's a part where, I mean, any scene with Uncle Rico, he's such a creep. Like he's driving around in his van and he approaches these two high school girls, and you already don't like where this is going. But he hands them these two flyers, and he's like selling this like breast enhancement like medication or something. Yeah, just creepy shit like that. It's not like, is it supposed to be funny? Because it's not. And if it's not supposed to be funny, then what is it? It's not a joke, so like what is it? It's just like a skit, like that's what I was trying to say, is like this whole movie feels like a bad, like it has like a weird vibe, like not even as Wes Anderson. I'm thinking of like a bad Adult Swim sketch, like a bad Tim and Eric sketch or something. It has like that vibe of like, okay, like this is like, it's not funny, but it's, what do they call like anti-humor, or like it's not supposed to be funny and that's why it's funny, or like I mean that's another thing I never understood. Someone needs to like explain that one to me. But like the whole anti-humor thing where people are like, well, this isn't the type of joke that you laugh at. I'm like, what? Okay, so then not a joke, right? Oh, the type of comedy that's not funny, so not comedy. So just failure. Shit, I'm trying to think if like I laughed at anything in the movie. There was a scene where Uncle Rico is like being really weird with Napoleon's love interest, the girl who has like the misty side ponytail. She like sells wigs or something. I forget. She's like one of those Avon girls or whatever. But like he goes to her house and I don't know. He's like modeling wigs for her or something. But he like it's really creepy. Like he like approaches her and he talks about how like she needs like a strong body or something. He starts like undoing his vest and like it's really creepy. Luckily, the scene kind of cuts there. Like it turns out it's a bait and switch. He's not undressing per se. He's like taking out these flyers that were in his vest, but he hands her this like breast enhancement, surgery flyer, and like again, it's just really, really creepy. And like again, I don't know. I don't know why these scenes are in there, and it's just weird. And yikes. What else? Yeah, I mean, the intro was cool. I liked how the intro, it's like a bunch of different, food plates, like tater tots and stuff, and like all of the, directed by Jared Hess, and it'll be written in like ketchup on the plate. Little stylistic choices like that. Like that was cool. I like the credits. I like the credits. That's something. But yeah, like I just like it's fine to. It's fine to have a a character who is not, you know, like a macho or like a stereotypical. I guess that's why like people like it, because they're like, I read comments like, you know, Napoleon Dynamite's like not your typical hero. Like he's like kind of weird looking. Like he's like awkward. He's a nerd. He's not like an action hero. Yeah, I mean, fine, but like, I still had to watch it. You know, oh, this movie. That's what I hear people say. Like, it's so different. It just feels so different from other Hollywood movies. And I'm like, yeah, like I agree. It has its own unique vibe, but like, it sucks. And I had to watch it, and like, I hated it for 95 minutes, like, of my life that I can't get back. You know, it's like I don't. Just because something's unique, that doesn't mean it's good. The Human Centipede's pretty unique. I wouldn't watch that either. You know, it's like. This movie was torture. I hated it. Yeah, like, what else? Like, okay, so there's a scene with a time machine. And it's like Uncle Rico bought like a time machine module or something, and Napoleon just like, there's no setup to this. Like, it's just cold open. Like, you just see him strapping himself in. Napoleon straps himself into this headpiece and this thing he clamps to his crotch, and like, so he turns on the time machine and it like shocks him and it fries his balls or whatever. And like, so I was thinking about how to like make this funny. And I was like, okay, so what you could do, like maybe Uncle Rico and Kip are playing like a prank on Napoleon, and it's like, oh yeah, like here's this time machine, and so like while he's like working it, the two of them, they like do all this stuff, like maybe they like set the clocks back an hour or something, or like they swap out the calendars with last year's calendar, and so Napoleon like fries himself, and then they're like, yeah, like don't worry, like you fried your balls, but like it's worth it because we went back a year in time. And he's like, what? And like, he like freaks out, he's like flailing around the room, and the two of them are just laughing because like, and they're like seeing how long they can keep up this charade, and like, you know, that could be like a subplot in the movie where like, you know, they just keep on, and they get other people in the neighborhood in on the joke, and like they're all trying to convince him it's still like last year or something, and he thinks he's a time traveler and he thinks he has powers now. You know, that could have been a whole thing, but no, like it just ends. Like he just shocks himself and it doesn't work, and then the scene is over, and it's like, oh, okay, thanks for wasting my time. I don't know. Like there's all these scenes where like, you know, when he takes Pedro's bicycle for a spin, and there's like a little ramp, and it's like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if like he goes off and he goes like, it's all cartoonish, he like flies 100 feet into the air and like, you know, blows up or something, you know, something like that. It's like, no, he just kind of crashes a little bit and like it hits him in the stomach and he goes, oh, and it's like, oh, you know, it's just lame. Like everything's just lame. There's no payoff. Like there's setup and then there's no payoff. The payoff is lame. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, the only character I felt bad for, there's a girl named Trisha. What was it? It's like Trisha or something. But there's a girl that Napoleon asks to the dance, and he like draws her this like really creepy picture. And he's like, there's more in that in store for you if you go to the dance with me. Again, it's like, I don't sympathize with this guy. Like, yeah, I know he doesn't have a girl, but it's like, he's creepy. That's why he doesn't have a girl, is he's weird and he's creepy. Like, but I felt bad for Trish because it's one of those classic situations that this does happen. I've seen it happen where he's like the awkward kid, and she kind of gets guilted into going with him because the mom's like, you're gonna go with that boy, right? Like he doesn't have a date, and like, you know, he asked you, so you're going with him, and so like she's at the dance and just totally freaking miserable. I felt bad for Trisha. That's about it. Yeah, then there's Pedro. Man, like, again, certain things in this movie would not age very well. Pedro wouldn't age very well. He is the Hispanic kid. He's a Spanish kid, and that's his thing. And there's a really bad part where Napoleon has to hitchhike, and there's these two like Hispanic gangbangers in their like souped up car that's like bumping up and down with like the ghetto gangster rap playing, and he like hops in with them because he's like, oh, you must be cousins of Pedro, and it's like, no, they weren't, you racist prick. Like, and like, that's, I don't know if that was supposed to be funny. Like, I don't think that was, and it wasn't like called out as being something bad that he did or said. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just a thing he did. And then later, Pedro does convince the two gangbangers to like shake people down to help his campaign because, you know, all Spanish people know each other, I guess. Oh, and then there's the really like awkward, cringy part with Kip. So Kip has been like, you know, chat room with this girl who named LaShonda or LaFonda or something, and like I thought the joke would be she's not real, right? Because you're like, there's no way, you know, he's you know, instant messaging someone, this girl, and they're gonna meet up, and he goes to the bus station. And like he picks her up, LaFonda, and she's like this over the top black woman, and like what I thought would happen was, this would, in my opinion, this would have been funny. Like, she gets off the bus and she sees him in his, like, you know, pedo school teacher outfit with the stash and glasses and everything, and she's like, oh hell no, and she like gets back on the bus and drives away. Like, I thought that would have been, that's not what they do. Instead, she like sees him, and for some reason she's like, oh my god, like, you're the man of my dreams, and she like jumps in his arms, and they fall madly in love, and they even get married at the end of the movie. I'll repeat, this movie is beloved for how real and authentic it is. It's based on Jared Hess's real high school experiences that happened to his friend. I doubt it. But yeah, and then it keeps going because Kip starts to change his look because he's dating a black woman. So then in the next scene, you see him wearing like a big chain and a do-rag, and he's all gangster now, and he's listening to rap music, and he's like, so, you know, for show or whatever. And he did not shave the pedo stash. He still has the pedo mustache. You'd think that would have been the first thing to go when he was trying to up his street cred, but I don't know. Maybe the pedo stash, you know, strikes some fear into his enemies. Like, maybe, yeah. But yeah, him and LaFonda, they totally work out. They end up getting married at the end, like I said. But that was really like kind of awkward and racist. And like, why does he have to listen to rap music just because he's dating a black woman? Why does he have to dress different? Like, it wasn't the whole point that she immediately liked him for who he was when she met him at the bus stop? She didn't get turned off by his weird outfit. It's like, why did he have to change to be with her? It's kind of a fucked up message, actually, when you think about it. But you know, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to. I just like, what people say is that Napoleon feels authentic because he's like weird in a very specific way. Like, when he's drawing, you see his notebook, he's like, yeah, I'm drawing these ligers that are fighting magic ninjas in the sorcery castle or whatever. And it's like the type of off the wall crazy shit you're a real like nerd or like outcast kid in high school would say or do. And I guess, but like, it's also the kid that I wouldn't want to talk to in school. I certainly wouldn't want to watch a 95-minute movie about him. You know what I mean? I don't know. And again, everyone was awful. Everyone was awful. You could even have an atypical protagonist like Napoleon Dynamite, but like, you need somebody. You need somebody to like root for. You need somebody that's like more sympathetic and not as creepy or weird. And we didn't really get it. I don't know. Like, I mean, the grandma seemed kind of cool, but like, she's not in the movie very long. Like I said, she has that horrible accident pretty early on, so she's out of the movie pretty quick. I hated everyone. I didn't like anyone in this movie. And yeah, like I said, there were opportunities for jokes, but then the movie never delivered on them. I know it sounds harsh, but like, I don't even want to give this like a 5 out of 10. Like, this is like, and I saw it on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got like a 72%. People like it for the most part, or like, critics like it for the most part. Probably like indie art house movie buffs that just like love anything that's like, you know, one of those like, oh, you just don't get it type of things. If I'm being honest, I mean, yeah, I mean, the first thing I'm going to say is if you liked Minecraft, especially the youngins that liked Minecraft, because that movie had jokes, that movie had personality, that movie had charisma, that movie had songs. Like Alone, the scene where Jack Black is like dance fighting and singing while he beats up the zombies, or the scene where he makes like his fried chicken and he sings about it, like that had so much personality. That had way more personality than anything in this movie. I don't think the youngins would like this movie. I don't think Minecraft movie fans would like this movie. I don't know. I don't know who would like this movie. I really don't. Yeah, like I'm just like, I can't give it a 5. Even. I don't think it's like the worst thing ever, but like I hated it. I actually want to give it a 1 out of 10 because I would never watch this again. This was pure torture. That's my personal score. As a film, I think it's below average. I think it's the highest I could go is like a 4 out of 10. Let's say it's below average. I don't recommend it to anyone really. So yeah.